works for you to play. MiniWarGaming's Beat the Cooler Bat Rap!
Hey there, MiniWarGamers. Owen here from MiniWarGaming with
Dan.
Once again, he's brought his Eldar, and he's actually going up against Necron this time. I'm going to be playing Matt's Necron for the first time in a long time. And 2,000 points. And once again, remember, if you challenge myself or another MiniWarGamer, you have the chance to win $50 in-store credit. So when he wins, I mean if he wins, he'll get that chance. So stay tuned for the armies. And remember, go to miniwargaming.com/challenge to challenge somebody. So here's the Necron army that I brought. Matt's probably gonna look at this and go like, why? Why would you bring that? But here is my overlord on his catacomb command barge, and he has a phylactery and resurrection orb and a war sight. We've got a bunch of lich guards with the shield and swords, warriors in a ghost arc, not doomsday arc, warriors in a ghost arc, warriors in a ghost arc, monolith, little group of scarabs, bigger group of bigger scarabs, and a bunch of wraiths. And that is...
They're tomb spiders.
They're big spiders. There's my 2,000 points. Alright. This is 2,000 points of pretty Eldar.
Oh, pretty for sure.
Yeah.
Alright, let's start off. I have Eldrad leading a squad of Guardians here, a Scatter Laser, and a Warlock with Embolden. Another squad of Guardians, Warlock with Embolden, Scatter Laser, and a Farseer. A squad of Dire Avengers just plain. Another squad of just 5 Dire Avengers plain. Fire Dragons with all the upgrades.
Yay.
Shining Spears, not all the upgrades, just Exarch with Skilled Rider. Squad of 6 Jet Bikes with a Warlock with Destructor and a Singing Spear. And a squad of 3 Warwalkers with Scatter Lasers and 2 Wraith Lords with a Bright Lance and a Missile Launcher.
There you go. I like how he's stepping on that Chaos guy. Just for you, Dave.
Yes.
And the Aegis defense line.
Yes.
That's in. There we go. Here is the armies deployed. We have not rolled to see if I can steal initiative, and we haven't rolled for night fighting, but we did roll for deployment, and he did deploy first, so Dan may go first. We have the objectives here and here. And if you couldn't guess, we're playing the diagonal deployment. Show you what he's got over here. He's kept these jet bikes and this unit in reserve. And yeah, that's the Eldar hiding behind their Aegis defense line in proper Tau fashion. And then I've got my Necrons hiding behind their mobile defense line. And my commander way over there. He can outflank. That's all I got. There we go. So you want to roll a dice, see if it's night fighting?
Sure.
4+.
Can I roll a dice to see if I can reposition D3 plus 1 units?
Yeah, you can do that too. 3, 4.
I just wanted to be...
So we start off with the Eldar turn 1. He does prescience or prescience on the Warwalkers so they can reroll the hit. Now he's doing guide with Eldrad on both Wraith Lords, so he can take away the highest, so it goes off, and then he does it again, and it of course goes off again, because you rarely ever fail psychic powers. Now he's doing Fortune on the Shining Spears, which goes off, but he does get perils, and so he has to do a save, because only Eldar still have it thanks to the Ghost Helm, where they get a 3-up invuln against perils, but he failed that, so he does take a wound. The Guardians are now moving through difficult terrain. They get 5 inches, and they move up, just moving up out of the cover there, and basically it's going to just be a big shooting gallery and seeing whether or not he can kill me before I can get my Lich Guard and my Wraiths across the board. And so he just kind of shimmies his Guardians around inside of the building there. Now the Wraith Lord is walking over the wall, and then the other Wraith Lord pretty much walks along beside it. And they both make it over. Lots of movement to spare. The Fire Dragon, Exarch, now fires his gun. Oh, give me 1 second. Yeah, he's aiming for this transport. And he hits on 2's re-rolling because it's twin-linked. And then he's got crack shot, so he's got re-rolling to pen. So he needs a 6 to get a glance, which he doesn't get, but the crack shot lets him re-roll it. And he does get a glance, and it ignores Jink. And he did ignore cover saves, sorry, that's what it was. His special ability to ignore cover, so I don't even get night fighting. So he just, bam, glances it. Now he's firing his Bright Lance and his missile launcher into the tank, but the missile launcher got a reroll. That's why he rolled that twice. So he needs 5s and 6s, and he does get 1 pen. Now I need my 4-up cover save to come through for me, because it is... Oh no, 5-up, that's right. And... yeah, no, it's 4+. We had a little bit of a debate there, because Shroud is +2 to your cover save, which didn't matter in the end, because I still rolled a 1. And yeah, that's pretty much it. He rolls, he only gets a 1, so it's not destroyed yet, but it can't shoot, and it is shaken. So now he's firing his scatter lasers into it, gets a bunch of shots, gets another glance, and I fail that as well. So it is wrecked. First blood goes to the Eldar, and that vehicle is destroyed. Now the other Wraith Lord is going to be shooting at my other tank, and the missile launcher re-rolls, it hits. Now he needs, or sorry, the Bright Lance re-rolls. 4 on a white, and it doesn't matter. He misses, fails to pen. And now he's firing away with all of his scatter lasers into my warriors here. He needs to wound on 2s. Now I need 4-up cover or 4-up saves, and I make a ton. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Haha. One guy survives. They'll all get their chance to get back up again. And now the Shining Spears come flying over the wall, just to get a little bit closer here. Because they're really close range, but they have Fortune on them, so they'll have to re-roll their saves. And I forgot to do my leadership and my pinning check when those guys got out of the vehicle, so I did it afterwards, and they passed both. And now I'm rolling to get back up, and 2 of the warriors get back up again. And there we go. So, beginning of the Necron turn, they try and make more scarabs. The first one takes a wound. The second one does it successfully. And the third one took a wound. So they failed to make any, and they both took wounds, but I did get 1 scarab swarm added in. Now the Wraiths get to advance up, and they're moving up 12 inches, just rushing into the board there, because they all have 3+, 3+, and they can move through terrain, and they make everyone in base contact initiative 1, and they've got rending, and basically I'm pretty sure they'll do rather well. And yeah, so they advance up, the monolith moves up, and I realized after this game why no one brings monoliths anymore, but I think they're cool looking, so I wanted to bring one. The Ghost Arcs then advance up, and they just kind of hover up, keeping the V formation so it can protect everybody who's hiding behind them. And I end up adjusting the other one because I meant to turn it facing inward. I just wanted to see where I could get that one to fit. So they're like that to protect everybody behind. These guys behind are doing their walk and their run at the same time. The Lich Guard here. And so they keep moving up. I also didn't realize that you can't use the Disruption Shield unless you're getting hit by a weapon that's AP 1, 2, or 3. Otherwise, you have to use your best save, so you can't even reflect shots back with the 4+, which sucks. It's really, they give them this neat, really cool rule, but it's very, oh, only at this certain time can you actually use it. Which I thought was kind of silly, but that's the way the game is. So the Scarabs move up. They're just trying to get it a little bit closer here, because everything in my army is more close combat oriented than his, even though he's faster. Big Spiders move up. They're each wounded, which I can't believe happened, but when I roll dice, you know what, I can believe it. The Warriors over here, they advance, and the Wraiths run on the far side, getting a little bit closer. Because, like I said, they can hide out behind that wall, and then they can move through terrain to get even closer on my turn, because they ignore it. They're like the Xalanthos Assassin, pretty much, in giant robotic Wraith form. And so they hang out there. And now these guys are running. They all get a colossal inch movement, and that's that for them. And then the Ghost Arc, or not the Ghost Arc, the Catacomb Command Barge goes flat out, and I was measuring how far away his fire dragons were and what he'd have to do in order to get me. And right now he'd have to jump out and run full distance past the wall to try and attack them. And now I shoot my Ghost Arcs broadside at some of the fire dragons there, and I get a wound, but he makes his 3-up cover save. And now I fire the rest of the guns from the guys inside. They need 6s. They miss. Now my other Catacomb shoots, gets a couple hits, and 3s to wound, and then he has a 3-up cover save thanks to night fighting. And he makes it. And now I fire all the guys inside there. I get a bunch of 6s, actually. And I get 1 wound. Can he do it? Nope. We got one. So we actually got one of those guys. That was great. And here we are at the end of the turn. Basically, the Eldar just fired in, killed one of my transports, and nearly wiped out that unit. And my guys just kind of creeped up along the board. Unfortunately, the spiders got hurt. But we did kill 1 fire dragon this turn, so stay tuned for part 2.